Hey, what's happening, y'all? Welcome to my little show. I just came on real quick. I'm really in the middle of a whole bunch of important shit, but I wanted to bring y'all this story. You know what I'm saying? That happened to me maybe 7 years ago. I would guess not longer than that. Probably about 10 years ago. Anyway, it's a story about this Creole girl I met that opened up. Even though she done me really, really bad, it opened me up to really what be going on. You know what I'm saying? The story starts when I got out of jail. I got out of jail one time, right? And I had lost everything. You know, for people who've been in jail, they know get out, you ain't got no crib, you ain't got no car no more, you ain't got no money like that. So I was hanging out at this restaurant that everybody really hang out at, but when there's nobody there, everybody's at home, and it's if you there, then you a straggler, you know what I'm saying? So I ran into this dude. And he was like, man, it was pouring down rain. And he was like, man, you must think I know. He was like, man, where you living at? I was like, man, I ain't got nowhere to live right now. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. So he was like, hey, man, I got this condo, man, that I been paying for. It's paid up for 4 months. He was like, I paid the rent up for 4 months, and I moved out and got a condo. So I was like, what? So he was like, yeah. So, he was like, man, you want to stay at the condo that I got? And for 4 months, it's 4 months rent, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, hell yeah. It's pouring down rain, ain't got nowhere to go. You know, nigga, oh yeah, my bad, y'all. I just got out the tub, bro. I'm sorry. Look, I'm in my boxers, yo. Man, for real. My bad, man. Look, I'm waiting on my clothes. The motherfucking wash and dry and shit. So I just shot this shit high, you know. So forgive me for being in my undies. You dig what I'm saying? So okay, so he takes me to this apartment, this condo. I go in, it's a 1-bedroom condo. I'm like, damn, this is pretty cool. And he like, well, I can't take this TV out. He had a 60-inch TV. He was like, man, you can have it. I'm like, what? I'm like, it's hard to receive this. Like, man, what the fuck? We there. He leave. He like, okay, well, you good? I'm like, yeah. He like, I left some food in there. You know, you gonna have to buy some more shit. So I was like, man, damn, I got 4 months. I got a condo for 4 months. So first thing on some shit like that is get some money. You know what I'm saying? Stack your money up so when it's 4 months over, you can go and get you another crib. You know what I'm saying? So I went and got a little job and shit. Started working with this dude. So, you know, my thing, man, I look beautiful when I'm sorry, man. That's my whole motherfucking life, growing up, was to get girls, for real. So I was like, man, I got this condo. I'm gonna go get me a motherfucking girl. So I went out and I seen this girl one day because I used to go to the same spot where I met the dude at. That's what the hangout was, because you can, man, it's everything. You want some weed, you want some girls, you want to go down the street to the project. It was just a all-in-one stop, man. And you meet everybody. What's so crazy about this spot is everybody from the whole city hung there. You have some motherfuckers from the west side, have some motherfuckers from the east side, have somebody from the south side, have somebody, every motherfucking body hung there, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't everybody. It was just certain people from the west side, certain people from the east side, certain people from the north side, certain people from the south side. Suburban areas, all these motherfuckers hung, and it was a sight to see, because it'd be a bunch of nigga. It was a fun spot, man. It was just real fun, especially in the summertime, wintertime. Everybody go to the restaurant to eat in the morning time and shit. So it'd be a bunch of banging niggas and shit, hanging out, chilling, smoking weed. Then we go back to the other spot. You know what I'm saying? It was a cool spot, man. You know what I'm saying? So I went back there, cause I knew, boom, that's the easiest place to get girls at, right? So I went back and I met this girl, this light-skinned girl, man. But see, after everything is over, that's when you realize, you know what I'm saying? I noticed one thing about her, man, how she just looked through me. She never looked at me, she looked through me, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, I never paid attention, because the thing is to get the girl, right? So I ended up calling her a couple of days later, whatever. And I ended up calling her a couple of days later. She ended up coming over. She didn't have nowhere to stay. She was staying at this women's shelter, whatever. So she came over. You know, we did what we did. You know what I'm saying? And she left. But I noticed that she left her shit. She was like, I'm gonna leave this over here in case you have some girls coming over. And I'm looking like, man, I don't know why these, like, I'm like, honestly speaking, I don't know why they do that, man. If I'm fucking with you, man, I'm fucking with you, man. I can't deal with fucking with you and fucking with this person and fucking with that person. And then these people find out and then they come back and want to kick my ass and shit. And scratching up my car and trying to get me locked up. Man, I deal with that shit without dealing with women like this. So I'm like, I'm always like that. Like, man, if I'm dealing with you, I'm dealing with you. Like, why do you have to leave shit over here and all this shit? And I'm gonna tell you the moral of the story without picking out about it, because this story really changed my whole life and outlook, right? So she moves in with me. She ain't got nowhere to go. I said, man, why don't you move in with me? Boom, she moved in with me. I had a job. I went to work. So I noticed when I moved in, it was this dude that lived in the condos and shit. You know, I always meet people that live in the condo. We start kicking it, whatever. But I noticed when I started going to work and shit and coming back, he started acting like he didn't really want to fuck with me and shit. And I'm like, damn, man, why this dude? And I'm already putting it together. Like, I already understand, like, how women is. Like, me and a dude could be cool, but once my girl come around and she got whorish tendencies, she'll start fucking with him and he'll start trying not to be friends with me so he can have the pussy to himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's some real shit. Because if I'm fucking your bitch, the worst thing I want to do is smile in your face while I'm doing it. Like, that, you know, that. So he like, you know, so then I was working for this white guy who was a sleazebag. And then I think she fucked him. So I'm like, damn, I ain't paying no attention to this shit, right? So then the 4 months was up, right? So man, I think I had a gay homegirl that came over. We used to ride around and hit licks and shit. We didn't have nowhere to go and shit because she had a car and shit. We used to ride around and hit licks and get rooms and all that shit. So I seen her. She was like, she ain't got nowhere to go. I like, man, you come spend the night. So her and old girl left, and I think she fucked the old girl, but I fucked her in front of the dyke, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to fuck the dyke too, because I liked it, you know, we all liked her. She was the only girl in the group, you know what I'm saying? It was just her and a bunch of niggas, you know what I'm saying? we used to try to get her to say she was gay, but she would never say it. Nigga, I ain't gay, man. Your ass is gay, you know what I'm saying? And this nigga is in love with your motherfucking ass. The nigga Raphael, he caught 40 years. Dumbass nigga went to kill somebody and shit. Dumbass motherfucking told everybody. But he used to have a bad crush on my ass. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really like squeeze on her like that. Cause you know, we click. We making the money, making the moves, whatever. So she came over. She spent the night. She left. It was just like, once she came and she went, took old girl to go sell the food stamps, whatever, she came back, she spent the night, she dipped, she never came back. So I was kind of like, man, that's weird. Why? It's like she don't want to, because she didn't got that nookie. She like, man, nah, this some hoe shit this bitch doing, you know what I'm saying? Because this some real nigga. So anyway, to make a long story short, we end up moving out of the condos because they wouldn't release it to me. They wouldn't release the condo to me. So we ended up moving out the condo. We moved in with her. She was like, well, my housing came in. If you get $100 or whatever, I went and got the $100. Boom, she get the condo. Man, this motherfucker threw me out 3 days later, man. They called me, man, when she wants some food. And then throw me out again. Man, I remember one day I was shoveling the hard shit. Working on this job, shoveling the hard shit. And this motherfucker, motherfucking had me to come bring her some motherfucking food and told me that when she cooked the food and I eat it, I had to leave. And I've been shoveling that hard shit all day. I was like, bitch, you got me fucked up. We used to bang though. Me and that hoe used to bang. But to make a long story short, man, like, okay, another thing that happened. Man, she was fucking these niggas, man. These niggas jumped me and shit. But I went back with a clique of motherfucking bloods and shit. Cause, you know, I was cool with all the gangs and shit. So I went back with like 40 bloods to the niggas' house. Like, nigga, what's up, nigga? I want a one-on-one with all y'all. But they was scared and shit. But, man, I was like, man, I done got jumped over this bitch over here, fuck, man. So, man, it was like when it was all over with, and then I left town. That's when I came out my first CD and I started rapping. I met Elvana and shit like that. And that's why I started rapping, because I was like, man, when a motherfucker do me bad, man, I'm like Frank Sinatra said, man. He said, man, success is the best revenge. So she got the best of me, man. She shitted on me, right? So I get back. I go back down south. So I'm getting these phone calls from niggas from like where I was just left from. So they like, man, you going out of town? I'm like, yeah. He like, man, your girl got a whole man, your girl got a whole motherfucking. He said, man, I knew something was going on. He said, man, it means a whole goddamn park party over there, man. You know, like the park parties and shit. I was like, what? I was like, I wasn't surprised. I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm. So come to find out, man, she was fucking everybody, man. And so it really opened me up to like women, man. Like, cause I was like, it was like, I wasn't really in love with her, cause it's like, I mean, I loved her, but it's like, you can't be in love with a person who dog you out. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you might have feelings for her, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you, damn, I forgot to tell you the moral of the stuff. But I noticed, man, that when I hit that pussy the first time, that shit wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And for her to be a bad bro like she was, her shit wasn't nothing. So that's the first sign, right? And man, she was just like the most evilest motherfucker I ever met in my life. She didn't give a damn. So I'm realizing now that they are involved in shit, you know, and it's like, she was a sex slave too, cause I think she got joined to this gang and shit. She was a hoe, so they was fucking the shit out of her and shit. I think I've been over there a couple times. My niggas' house, they had upstairs and I didn't even know. But they turn them into sex slaves. It's like they be wanting to have a boyfriend because a boyfriend to keep them niggas from coming around, like, because it's like, I think they just come around and just knock, bitch, you gonna suck my dick whenever I want to. She get tired of it, so they'll go get a boyfriend. But man, it's like, man, look, man, don't, like, that opened me up to so much shit, cause I was like, man, like, this shit is what, it really freaked me out, that this pretty ass girl that I didn't help take care of, and I'm still taking care of this bitch, and this bitch gonna go and fuck. And the whole hood had respect for me, and it was like she was trying to kill that. She was trying to take everything. So I'm thinking, man, why would a motherfucker, like, it's one thing to cheat on a motherfucker, but why would you want to, like, have people to look at me bad and shit? And that's when I realized, man, that these motherfuckers is Asians, man. You know what I'm saying? They Asians, man. So it's like, it's right now, like, I'm paranoid. I'm very paranoid, like, to meet women. Especially real beautiful women. Because I just don't, you know, even though I know I'm a nice looking guy and stuff, it's still like, man, some ants tore my motherfucking ass up today, man. I was fucking sitting in this spot, man. Motherfucking ants tore my ass up. Hold on a second. Yeah, so let's see, where we at? Okay, yo. So I gotta end this video, yo. Man, look, but like that was that story right there was the most horrible story, because I was never the same again. It was like, damn, man, I ain't really love her like that. But even her sister came over one day. Her sister was like, one day I was in the project. You know, we lived in the project, so I was coming from these Blood's house. And her sister was sitting outside, and so I sit outside with her. I was like, man, whoop the whoop right here. She was like, I know. She was like, man, I'm just so upset right now. And I was like, man, what